was that one for you?
Yeah, I think you guys are tired of seeing me. That's what happened
No,
when
never.
that's what happened when any of the team speak English, so I try my best here. So yeah, we had a great game today. Um, Black Dragons were really predictable in my opinion. They did the same job they did yesterday against Team One, and we just studied the game and countered them. The post play, we knew everything that they were gonna do, and we did we did our game. We did our best.
Yeah, it definitely, we could see that you were prepared, that you were ready, especially when it was on that defensive side. We saw what was very similar to what we saw yesterday, but you guys just played slow, you worked as a unit, and you let Black Dragons come to you. Is that something that you're planning on doing for most of the teams, or is it something that you change depending on how aggressive the squad you're coming up against is?
Some teams are not that easy to read, let's say, but like if you watch Empire back in Six Raleigh, Major Raleigh, they were just playing the same stuff every round. So for me, this game against Black Dragons was kind of the same game against Empire. We knew everything that they were gonna do, and we started the game in advantage.
I mean, the big difference, right, is that Empire won Raleigh and Black Dragons didn't win this game.
Yeah,
But one of
yeah.
the things
No, but I'm saying about the clubhouse because they had a really
Yeah.
frightening clubhouse back then, and we did 7-1 against them back then. So that's basically the same strategy that we use,
Mhm.
like counter strategy. So we did the same thing.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I wanted to ask actually is looking at the 3 rounds on the first half that you guys didn't win against Black Dragons. There were a couple of rounds that it looked like Astro on his entry was being very aggressive before the rest of the team were ready to. For example, in round number 3, he went down the laundry stairs and he did get a kill, but he got himself killed before anyone else was kind of ready to make their engagement. Was that a problem with the attacks that you were having that you recognized, or was that something that was deliberate?
Yes, Astro is a really good player, but I've been like I know him for a really long time, and I've been talking to him recently that when he's like this unstoppable feeling, he's like nonstop. He just shift around and just try to get kills. I say that he plays on 220 volts, you know, like he doesn't stop. So that's a really it's a concern for us. We need to set the pace, but overall we did a great game. He did a great game today. He was answering the calls I give to him, rotate and stuff. He was playing really good today.
I mean, he's gone 31-6 in the final in the last 2 games, and you've only played 18 rounds, so he's certainly not doing too bad. It was quite a particular sort of a point that we wanted to raise. Astro, something that I wanted to ask you was, has anything about the way that you guys play the game changed since Six Invitational? Obviously, you've had the chance to see other teams at an international level play and go against them and study that and go back and do that VOD review. And the reason I ask it is because we've noticed a lot more Attic being played on Oregon by the attackers, whereas inside of Stage 1, it wasn't something we saw as much. Has Six Invitational influenced that?
Yeah, Six Invitation. Not only that, it influenced a lot. Like it was an open school for us. We traveled to another continent and have to play against the best teams in the region, and we stayed there for like 20 days, like screaming against Europe. So that was really good for us, and we learned a lot. We uh, it was really good for us, and yes, I think that's a good point that when we return from Six Invitational, because I think not only us, but as I said, like the whole region gets stronger when screaming against other regions. So now we have stronger region than we had back then before Six Invitational.
Yeah, you guys have definitely shown that you learn a lot over at SI, and now you're bringing it back, changing small things about your game, but it's making a huge difference. Cameraman, thank you so much once again for joining us.
Thank you.